Okay, well, I guess we'll just end it, and then I'll have like Zero look into it or something, see if I'm doing something wrong or something, and then we'll try again later. I'm going to play a little bit so people don't get bored. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, guys, so I gave up on it for now. We're going to keep playing some Mario. And Zero, if you could like look it up, just like look up a tutorial or something and see if I need to do it in a certain order. Like, do I need to broadcast? Do I need to set it up before I open Skype before I broadcast or something? You know, because it did give me that one thing. It said XSplit Core or whatever is trying to interact with Skype, and I clicked OK to allow it, but it still didn't do it. All right, thank you, Zero. I appreciate it. Anyways, in the meantime, guys. Scope, sing the FF8 victory theme with the words, "You just got pwned" for the win. FF8 victory theme. You just got pwned for the win. Doo doo. Oh no, that's Final Fantasy VII, huh? I think Final Fantasy VIII is the same, yeah. Burr, 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 burr. Lag. Oh yeah, I'll refresh the chat. Sorry about that. Reload, 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 reload. All right, chat is refreshed. The Black Luster Kid. All right, what shine is this? The Sandbird. Oh yeah, this is the one I forewent for the secret shine before. All right, I refreshed the chat. Why isn't anybody talking in there? Jeez, guys. What's up, MNB Shada? What you doing? All right, it is Sandbird time. If I remember last time, I did some cool wall kicks off here. Oh, that's not really what I planned. Oh, look at all these contact requests. Oh, look at these skills, man. Look at these skills that kills. Oh, yeah. Is that Toadsworth up here? Oh, no. It's a Noki. It looked like Toadsworth. Sorry. Sandbird time. What's up, guys? I'm going to play until we finish the game, Black Luster Kid. Could I do a full review of what's happened so far? I started playing Super Mario Sunshine. I've gotten 35 shines and 34 blue coins, and I've talked about some stuff, and that's really it. Alright, so this shine is notorious for being one of the hardest shines in the game, just because, I think just because of the blue coins. I think that's why everybody thinks it's so hard. And it is, because if you're trying to do a 100% run, usually you try to get all the blue coins on the first try, so that you don't have to do this shine again. Oh, please don't miss that blue coin. I'm going to miss it. I'm not going to be able to get on the Sandbird, am I? No, Sandbird, don't leave me, no! Well, I think that's it, folks. Oh, no, I think that thing was rising. Something to do with where the sound is coming from, like your audio mixer, because technically his voice would be coming through your speakers, so like maybe it has to do with where the audio is coming from, because XSplit should be able to pick up on his voice. I'm going to further look into this. Yeah, I feel like you're right, Zero. That does seem pretty legit of an explanation, because his voice is coming in from my speakers and my headphones, but XSplit is only picking up my, it's only picking up my microphone, so, but it's not, oh, it's not coming from my speakers and my, my desktop, coming through my speakers and my headphones, so that might be the reason. Alright, now we only gotta wait for one more blue coin. Alright, now he's gonna flip. This used to be the hardest part for me. Fucking blue coin! Get it, get it! Oh no, I'm getting that blue coin. Yeah, save that shit. Alright, now can I get back on the thing? Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to. Go, go, go. Whatever. It's so hard to get all the blue coins on this thing. Wow! Alright, I'll call you Shara. You're playing Minecraft on your iPad. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this does kind of remind me of Avion from Shadow of the Colossus. That is a keen observation, viewer. Mario. Mario. Alright, at least now I don't have to worry about the blue coins. I think we got them all. This does remind me of Avion, like, just... Like, the ratio is just about right, too. Like, this is the size Wander was compared to Avion. Which is the size... Oh, no! What? Story time? Jeez, guys. Well, what do you want a story of? Look at all these contacts and quests. Death 13? That's not Death 13. There's no way. There's no way I've died 13 times. I challenge you to list those deaths, because I don't believe it. Oh, then again, I have died 3 times on, like, just this mission. I hate how you have to jump to get these red coins, too. Like, most of them are right on his wings, but some of them you have to jump for. Okay, not gonna die getting this one this time. Yeah, and there's like a coin on each of his wings in the tail, just like the weak points on Avion. That's pretty accurate, I would say. A story all about how my life got flipped turned upside down. Well, it's a pretty weak story because my life didn't get flipped turned upside down. Alright, this part used to be super hard. I used to try and float, like with Flood next to him while he did this, but he does it for way too long. So apparently the easiest part is just to walk onto his neck like that. Which I had no idea how to do this as a kid, so this was like this really was the hardest mission for me as a kid. And then Mario has great traction in this game, so when he's like still sideways, you can still do this. Like, and I had no idea where the 8th coin was. Is there more blue coins over here? Please tell me not. I really hope not. Doesn't look like it. Alright, are we there yet? You got a crap, dude? That sucks. I hate having to crap. Alright, that should be good. Yes, sir. Oh, Mario, please don't fall. You look like you're gonna fall. I think I had too much momentum going there. No! Called it! What? 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 Is he gonna come back? Please come back, Bert. Oh my god, if he comes back. If he comes back, I will shit my pants. What? If he doesn't come back, I'm going to be like, he doesn't come back. God damn it, why? Oh wait, he's descending! He's descending! Yes, come to me, my jungle friend. That was in Mario Sunshine Versus? Really? I didn't watch that, but I wouldn't know. Yes, he comes back! Yes! Yes! Please tell me he goes back up too. Please. Please, God. He did the same thing in Sunshine Versus, except he died. I'm not gonna die. I am not dying. Yeah, baby! Come back! It probably would have been faster for me to die, but whatever. Oh, he's turning sideways already? Whew. Oh my gosh. I shouldn't have survived that. That was epic failure. I got all 8 red coins, got the star to appear, and then epic jailured. This will make a good story to tell your grandchildren one day. Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell them. Whoa! Oh my god, I almost died again. Grandpa, tell us a story. Oh, one time, kids, in Super Mario Sunshine. What? Oh, Super Mario Sunshine, that's one of the games from the good old days. I was messing around on the sandbird. I got all 8 red coins, thought I was good. And then I fell off the tower. Oh, no! Yep, but then the most amazing thing happened. I landed on one little sliver of a cloud. And I survived. And the sandbird, detesting sandbird, he felt my tragedy. He felt my sorrow. Is he going to turn sideways again? He is, isn't he? He's turning the other way! No, I am not dying now. I am sorry, but I am not dying now. Oh my god, he's trying to kill me. Don't descend yet, don't descend. Oh! The comeback kid has done it! He's done it! Woo! God! Best thing ever! I'm looking around the tutorials. People do have to use virtual cable. I seriously don't know what to do. The last thing is just restart your computer, but that's a bit too much in my opinion. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. If that is the case, I'll probably just stick to doing it by myself then, because virtual audio cable is way too much work. Yeah, baby. That wasn't a good enough story for you, bro, you yellow? Then I farted into a black girl's milk carton. She said, "No, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't." All right, guys. Did you have virtual reality back then, Grandpa? Tell us the story about how you became the king of card games. Well. Oh, yeah, my black fat girlfriend in 8th grade. Or was it 7th? I think it was 8th. Oh, yes, that was good times. I love relationships back then because you don't even kiss. I think we only kissed once. You know, it's like girlfriends don't mean anything then. All it means is like friends. It's just so weird. Yeah, I should definitely highlight that part, put it on YouTube. Well, the whole thing's going on YouTube, my bad. Il piantissimo is it? Il piantissi, bitch. Where are you? Where art thou, il piantissima? Look at how scrawny this guy is. Does this guy even lift? Il piantissimo, doth thou even hoist? Look at all those guys dancing. Of course I'm still streaming. All about how my life got flipped upside down. Okay, honestly, if you guys really want a story, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to give me a oops. You're gonna have to give me a you're gonna have to like give me categories. And I'm gonna have to, because I can't think of one just off the top of my head, you're gonna have to give me some categories and that might remind me of something. Alright, I'm just gonna utterly hack this, and I'm gonna cheat and just flood and break the game. Woohoo! And Mario, virginity and women. Oh god, no. Yeah, school, I've already told all my school. Man, this is a huge poll. That's what she said. Oy! Whoa, oh, that was cool. Alright, give me my star, bitch. The hot sauce milkshake story again? No, that was not a good story. Actually, I could tell it. How many people... Okay, well, let me see. How many people have heard the hot sauce milkshake, the Tabasco milkshake story? Because if a lot of you have already heard it, then I probably won't tell it. If you haven't heard it, tell me in the chat. If enough people haven't heard it. Water and chocolate milk story, that's not as exciting. Yeah, burning dog poo and human response. Oh, nice Billy Madison reference there. I've heard it because I did it. I haven't heard it. Bro, do you even pizza? Okay, enough people haven't heard it. Okay, I guess I'll tell it. If you guys haven't heard it, after I tell the story, you can watch my Shadow of the Colossus LP. It's in that. It's called Butterfinger and Hot Sauce Milkshake is the title of the episode. So okay, I guess I'll tell you it. So I used to work at a restaurant. I don't work there anymore, but that was my last job. I worked at a restaurant. It was like a little family-owned restaurant. So we were severely understaffed. We always are. Anyway, and so I was working with my friend Cameron. He was one of my coworkers, and it was just me and him. Oh, actually, it was me and him and some other person. So it was time for my shift to end at 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. So I had just gotten off work, and usually what we do is after we got off, we'd stay and chill and talk to our coworkers for a bit while when our relief got there, and just kind of chillax. And then we would like make some food for ourselves or whatever, or make something to drink, or in a lot of cases, milkshakes. So what I did is it was 4 o'clock arrived, my relief had got there, and Cameron was still working. So what I did is I decided, you know what, I'm going to make myself a milkshake. And, you know, working there so often, I've tried a lot of different combinations of milkshake. Now, my personal favorite creation I ever made, the best milkshake I've ever made, is a little thing I like to call the OBM. The OBM is not a myth. It is real. I am the co-creator of it, me and my friend Greg. And basically, it stands for Oreo Butterfinger Milkshake. And it's not just as simple as combining Oreo and Butterfinger. It's literally the best combination of milkshake in the perfect ratios ever known to man. and it's the best milkshake you've ever had in your life. So, but I'm getting sidetracked. So anyway, I was kind of tired of all the normal milkshakes I had made and all that, so I was thinking, man, I got to do something different. I got to make a good milkshake, a new combination. So what I did is I got the Butterfinger, and I put it with the ice cream and the milk in the little thing before you mix it. And then I was like, all right, what else can I add to make this good? What's a good combination? And I thought, you know what would be good? Oreo caramel, or caramel. Potato, potato. Tomato, tomato. So then I was like, all right, Oreo, Butterfinger caramel. That sounds good, right? So, okay. So I go to get the caramel, and it's normally in this little, like, mustard-like jar, you know, those things that squeeze out, except it was clear. And I was like, oh, okay, here it is. And it was sitting out, and I was like, that's weird. We usually have the caramel in the fridge because, you know, to keep it refrigerated or whatever. I think you're supposed to refrigerate caramel. So I was like, oh, whatever, that's weird, but I didn't really pay too much attention to it. So then I put it in there, and I was like, man, this is awfully watery for caramel. I guess it's just because we left it out sitting, but whatever. Once I mix it in with the ice cream or whatever, it'll be good. So I mixed it all together, and what soon came to follow was probably the most shocking and terrifying moment in my life, and probably the closest to death I've ever been in the short time I've been on this earth. So I mixed it, and I was like, man, this looks good. Poured it in a cup, and I took a fat gulp. And the taste that went in my mouth was spicy, yet oddly disgusting. If I had to guess what it would taste similar to, something to compare it to, it would probably be spicy poop. Like, if I honestly had to guess what spicy poop would taste like for $1 million, that is what I would guess. So it tasted like spicy poop. I immediately, and I had already swallowed some of it, and I started coughing it up, and then I kind of threw up in my mouth, but held it back, and I was gasping for air, just hoping upon hope that I would survive this incident. And so then I told my friend Cameron, I'm like, dude, taste this. And he's like, what? And I'm like, dude, this is the worst thing I've ever tasted. And he's like, really? And he's like, what is it? And I'm like, a caramel Butterfinger shake. And I was like, I think the caramel is old because it got left out. So he tasted it, and then he actually threw up in the trash can after he tasted it. And he's like, dude, why would you make me taste that? And then I was like, he's like, where's the caramel you used? Where's the caramel? I can see if it's old. I'll smell it. So then I grabbed it, and I'm like, right here. And he's like, dude, that's not caramel. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's in the caramel thing. And he's like, he opened it up, smelt it, and like poured some of it out. And he's like, that's Tabasco. And I'm like, what? So essentially what I had concocted unknowingly was a hot sauce Tabasco Butterfinger shake. And it is the single worst thing I've ever put in my mouth in my life. And it tasted like spicy poop. And not only that, but I had to bring my friend down with me. I made him taste it before he even knew what it was. And he said it's the worst thing he's ever put in his mouth. And I still to this day do not know if he's forgiven me. And the thing is, I can't forget it either. When something that bad, you taste it, and it's like, it's different. Because like with Devour This, I knew something gross was coming when I made that concoction. But this, I had no idea. When you fully expect something to taste amazing, and then it's bad, and not just bad, but terrible, when you don't expect it, it makes it so much worse. Because you open up your taste buds, you're like, yes, I want to get as much of this good taste as possible. And then it's bad, you open your taste buds to such disgustingness, it really is so much worse than it ever could be. And to this day, I can still taste it so vividly. And yeah, it's the worst thing I've ever had in my life. So if you're ever trying to like play a prank on someone or whatever, or want to taste something gross, but Butterfinger hot sauce milkshake, not just hot sauce, it has to have Butterfinger too, because that added, for some reason, that made it worse, even though Butterfinger is awesome. So, I don't know. But that's my Butterfinger hot sauce story, and it's even funnier because I drug my friend down with me. So, that's that story. What do you guys think? Yeah, write a book about it, The Hot Sauce Chronicles. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So, there it was. And naturally, after that, to recover, I had to make an OBM shake to try and get the taste out of my mouth, but even the fabled OBM could not erase what was the hot sauce Butterfinger shake taste from my mouth. Nope, I tried my very best, and then on the car ride home, all I could think about was, will I ever live this down? And there were witnesses too. Is the thing. I couldn't just pretend it never happened because there were witnesses. Yeah, and they all thought I was so dumb. I'm like, dude, how could you not know that was hot sauce? And I'm like, it was in the same container. Oh yeah, it was bad. It was bad. So there's that. Yeah, the second time around, I would never try it again. I don't remember exactly, but I think the first time after I tasted it, I even had to take a second sip just to make sure it wasn't that bad, but it was horrible. It was not good. I don't regret it, though. Oot, man, you're not leaving, bro. I forbid anybody to leave. Yeah, it was pretty bad. There's a lot of stories from my work. Oh, do you guys want to hear a new story? A completely new story that I haven't told yet from my old job? Completely unheard of. I don't think I've ever told this one. It's actually fairly recent. Yes? For 1 million, would I do it again? Hell yeah, I would do it again. Okay, I didn't think anybody would say no to that, but just gotta, build it up, make it suspenseful. Alright, so another story from my work. My god, is that Cataquack gonna follow me till the end of time? Alright, so same job. At this point, it was a little late in my career, so I had become a cook now. Before I was just a waiter, and now I had become a cook. I cooked the food. So our boss is, since it's a little family-owned restaurant, our boss, the guy who owns the place, he works a lot. He actually does a lot of working himself, and our busiest days were the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, obviously, because that's when people have the days off. And so how it would work is, at that point, I was doing YouTube part-time. I just started making money off of it, so YouTube was like a part-time job. So I was only working that job on weekends. So Saturdays and Sundays were the only day I was working. And my shift would be 9 to 4, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And so how it would work is I would go in at 9 a.m. and since it's so busy on Saturdays and Sundays, we'd have two cooks, a chef and the sous chef. So the main chef was obviously my boss, who has worked there. And little backstory, in case you guys, I've never told you, he is a huge dick. He's not really, but like when we get busy and stuff, he starts getting really mad and he yells at everybody, and he gets really upset, and he's even made people cry, so he's a scary dude. Anyway, so he was the chef and I was the sous chef, so I was standing, like, I would work within, I can't stop talking, Shane Bet, sorry. So I would work within, like, 1 or 2 feet from him, and I would basically just help him out with all his work-related, with all the cooking help he needed. Please don't lift up my watermelon. I gotta kill these guys. Sorry, I'm on the edge of my seat. So yeah, I had to work right next to him. So that's a little bit of backstory. Now, one day, it was a Sunday, I believe. So it was just before my shift, a Sunday, yeah. So just before I had my weekday off. And what happened was we have a back door, and outside of the back door, there is a storage cabinet where we keep... Oh, God, these guys are back up. Do not come near me. That's where we keep a lot of our food. So we ran out of chicken breasts, so I needed to go out of the back to get chicken breasts to thaw out so we could make more. So how it works is we were keeping the cabinets locked because somebody had stole out of them recently. So... I got the keys, and I went back there to unlock it. Now, we only have one set of keys. So I went to unlock it and grabbed the chicken breast, and so there are 3 doors, how it works, and I was unlocking the far left one, and all of these doors had locks. So I unlocked the far left one, and I left the key in the lock, and then I grabbed the bag of chicken, and then I dropped the bag of chicken. So I bent down to grab the bag of chicken, and I was holding the door open with like my thigh or whatever, and then I couldn't hold it open anymore because I had to move to get the chicken. So I let go of it, and then the door closes, and the keyhole is like on the inside. It's hard to explain, but the keyhole is in a place that conflicts with the door. So the door closed, and it banged against the keys, and it snapped the key that opens that door. The only key we had, it snapped it and broke it so that half, and I'm sure this has happened to you guys, so the part of the key was stuck in the keyhole and the other part of the key broke off with the keychain and the other keys. So I was like, naturally I was like, oh shit. So my first instinct was to try and get the piece of key out. So every time I had like a free moment, I would try to sneak away from my boss and go try to find like a paperclip or something to try and pry it out. I couldn't do it. It couldn't happen. So, and then later during the day, he needed something else that was out of the far right cabinet in the back. So he told me to go get it. And I couldn't get in there because the door is so small. I couldn't unlock the right cabinet. But the left cabinet could still unlock because it had the key jammed in it. So the problem arises, the reason this was a big deal is because it was the only key, and we could only open the left door, and I couldn't get in. I couldn't get anything from the middle or right door, but the whole inside of the cabinet was connected. So I couldn't get anything out of the right cabinet. So what I had to do is when he asked for stuff, I had to go out there and crawl in this tiny, tiny freezer. And I was like, my whole body was in there, and I was trying to get stuff out. So it was scary the whole day. I was hoping he wouldn't figure out. Anyway, later on, the person came in to relieve my shift, my friend Paul. And so I told him about it, and I showed him, and he was like, oh, man, that's a problem. And I was like, listen, I don't want to tell Pete, who's the name of my boss. I was like, what are you guys saying? Oh, sorry. I was just reading the chat for a second to see what you guys were saying. Anyway, so then he's like, I'm like, dude, I don't want to tell Pete. I'm afraid he'll get like really mad at me. And I was like, will you tell him? If you do, I'll like cover another one of your shifts or something. So we agreed, and he's like, yeah, all right, I'll tell him. And then I tried to play it down. I'm like, yeah, he probably won't be that mad. He probably has an extra key we don't know about. It's no big deal, whatever, whatever, whatever. So he's like, yeah, no big deal. So then he agreed to do it. I come back next Saturday, and Paul and my boss starts telling me, he's like, did you hear? Paul broke the key off in the cabinet. It's so ridiculous. He always screws everything up. And he started going off, and I was like, oh my God. So then later when Paul got there, Pete was laying it into him. He's like, Paul, I just cannot believe you broke that. I don't have an extra key. Da, 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 da. And he's like, you're always messing. And he was just laying into him, and I felt so bad. And then later I talked to Paul, and he's like, dude, don't worry about it, whatever. He's always like, because Pete never really liked Paul, so he's always like, don't worry about it. He yells at me anyway, and he's like, if I would have known he would get that mad about it, though, I definitely wouldn't have taken the fall for you. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't know he would get that mad. But in reality, I kind of figured. So what he had to end up doing was breaking open the other two locks for the other two doors so he could get into them. And ever since I left, as far as I know, those locks were still broken, but Paul never really let me live that down. And, like, honestly, I would have loved to do the right thing and just admitted to Pete that it was me. But, like, I was just about to leave there on good terms. And in case I ever need to go back there and get another job, I don't really want to. And Paul was leaving there anyway because he was going to the Army soon, so I didn't want to, you know, it didn't really matter how he was perceived by Pete. So I felt bad. So essentially that's my story of me breaking the lock and then tricking somebody else into admitting they did it and then not even taking the blame. So that's my I'm an asshole story of the week, you know. God, I was such a douche. I should have just admitted it, but I was so afraid. Because, like, I don't know if any of you guys know. I don't know how many of you guys have had jobs out there, but really, having a dick boss is so frightening, especially when it depends on whether or not you're going to get a paycheck anymore. They can just decide to fire you or not. It's so scary to not mess up. So it's freaky, you know. I mean, not that it matters anymore. Like, if he found out now, I probably wouldn't care because, you know, I don't work there anymore. But